Good morning, viewers. Today's topic for lecture is testing of hypothesis or student t-test. What is a hypothesis? A hypothesis is an assumption about the population parameter. A parameter is characteristic of population like its mean or variance. T-test, also called as student t-test, was introduced in the year 1908 by a chemist working for Guinness Brewery in Dublin, Ireland. So William Seeley Gosset, a famous statistician whose pen name was Student, devised this technique, student T distribution. A hypothesis is an assumption about the population parameter which is to be tested. For this, we collect the sample data, then we calculate sample statistics, and then use this information to judge or decide whether hypothesis value of population parameter is true or false, or correct or not. To test the validity of assumed or hypothetical value of population, we gather sample data and determine the difference between hypothesis value and actual value of the sample. Then we judge whether the difference is significant or not. The smaller the difference, the greater the likelihood that our hypothesis value for mean is correct. The larger the difference, the smaller the likelihood. So in hypothesis testing, the first step is to state the assumed or hypothesis value of a population parameter. The assumption we wish or want to test is called the null hypothesis. The symbol of null hypothesis is H naught. So the state the assumption to be tested. For example, the average weight of the semester 2 students is 58 kgs. So it becomes H naught equals mu equals 58. So begin with the assumption that the null hypothesis is true. What is the alternate hypothesis? That's opposite to the null hypothesis denoted by H1 or H alpha. The average weight of the student is not 58 kgs. So H1 or H alpha mu is not equal to 58. Now, you know H naught mu is equal to mu, that's equal to mu naught. H1 mu is not equal to mu naught. Now there is a kind of decision which we need to make before we go for the actual protocol or the procedure, how we are going to follow the testing of hypothesis. Now a screen is shared to you. You can just have a look at this. A null hypothesis is true. You can have two kinds of decision in it or decision making. You accept it, then you're deciding that it is correct. You're accepting it, and that becomes your correct decision. Though it is true, you reject, then it becomes an error. So that type of error you call it as type 1 error, which is called as alpha error. If the null hypothesis is false, you still accept it, that decision is wrong, that becomes type 2 error. That's beta error. You reject it, that's a correct decision. So when you're deciding based on the test statistic, if null hypothesis is true, you reject, that's type 1 error. Null hypothesis is wrong or false, you accept, that becomes type 2 error, beta error. Now let's look into the tail tests. The first thing which is shown here is two-tailed test. If H naught is accepted with an alternative hypothesis being set up at 95% confidence level, you have two regions on either side called as rejection region That's at 2.5% level of significance and 2.5 level of significance. So the acceptance and rejection regions in case of a two-tailed test is shown here. Next, let us look into the left-tailed test. This is suitable or applicable when H naught mu is equal to mu naught and alternative hypothesis where mu is less than mu naught. Then left tail test is accepted. So you have a rejection region which is at 5% level of significance. The confidence limits or the level is 95%. Next we have right tail test. This is suitable when mu is greater than mu naught. So you have a rejection region which is towards right at 5% level of significance, and with 95% level of confidence you can accept the hypothesis. Now this is the protocol or procedure for hypothesis testing. First important step is set up the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis, followed by setting up the level of significance, which is a risk factor associated with rejection. Then decide the test, whether it is Z test, T test or F to be followed. Calculate the value using test statistic or formulae. Calculate the p-value given in the tabular column. Compare the p-value with the calculated value. If p-value is greater than the calculated value, you accept. If p-value is less than the calculated value, you reject the hypothesis. Now this is the step what I told you now. Set up the hypothesis is step 1. Suitable significance level need to be set up. That becomes your step 2. Level could be 5% or 1%. This is the graph which shows the acceptance region and rejection region in case of tail test. Step 3 is determination of suitable test statistic. Now we'll have to look into t-test. Determine the value, critical value from the table. Compute it. Make a decision whether to accept or to reject. You can see a slide which gives you the equation for one sample t-test. You have two sample t-test also, which is a paired t-test. Now this is a formula for one sample t-test. So that's t equals x bar minus mu by s bar by root n. So t is t statistics or the test statistic. X is mean of the sample. This is mean of the population for comparison or comparison mean. S is standard deviation. N is the sample size. So using this formula, one can go for computing the statistics, that's the test statistics for a sample mean. Let us look into the T table. This is a tabular column which is meant to compare with the calculated value. You have the degrees of freedom 1 to 10 and this is at 0.05, that's at the level of significance, 5%, 1% and 10%. So this is a tabular column called as T table. Once you calculate, you can always compare with the value and then give your decision. Now here you can see an example. The following is the data relating to length of 10 gram pods selected from the lot of gram pods. So in the question only they have given how many gram pods. So your n will be 10. What is given here is the number of gram pods selected from the lot. So 10 gram pods are there and their each value in the length in centimeters is given. Does the length of all the population gram pod on the average is 5.5? The statement here is the length of all the population gram pod is 5.5, the average. So H naught to be set up as it is. So the average length of all the gram pod is 5.5, which is mu or the comparison mean. Now let's calculate mean, because the test statistic is x bar minus mu naught by s by root n minus 1, which follows a t distribution. So for calculating mean, we need to find out sigma x and sigma x square. To find out sigma x, by n is your mean. Sigma x square is required for calculating standard deviation. So sigma x square minus n bar minus x bar, that's sigma x square is 325 by 10 minus 5.68. So once you compute this, calculate the standard deviation, you come to an answer 0.5. So then substitute in the formula, t calculated value equals x bar minus mu naught. Standard deviation n minus 1 becomes 10 minus 1. Now once you substitute, your value is 1.12. T table value or the critical value at 5% level of significance is 2.26 at this level of significance. So the value at 5% level of significance for this degree is 2.26. Let us look into the table. You can see here at 5% level of significance at 9 degrees of freedom, it is 2.26. This is how you calculate. At 5% level of significance with the degrees of freedom, 9 degrees of freedom, this is the value 2.26. Now let's compare. The tabular value is 2.26. So how do you conclude? Since t calculated value is less than t tabulated value, we accept the null hypothesis and conclude that the mu value is 5.5 centimeters. So let us go to one more problem. Here you have a problem to check the hypothesis or to test the hypothesis. Here, from a population mean 836, a random sample containing 25 observations are taken. The sample had mean 840, standard deviation 45. Test whether the sample mean differs significantly from the population mean. Now everything is given in a ready-made manner. You need not calculate mean, you need not go for standard deviation. So they are telling the population mean, that is mu naught, 836. N is 25 because they had taken 25 observations. Mean is 840. This is a sample mean. And S is standard deviation. So they are asking, test whether the sample mean differs significantly from the population mean. So what is H naught? H naught is set up first. The sample mean does not differ from the population means H naught mu equals 836. There is no change. What is the other one? The alternative hypothesis, H1 is not equal to H naught. So there is difference in the value. The test statistic, you just have to apply this formula, substitute the values and come to a conclusion. Now once you substitute the values mean, then mu naught, standard deviation and n degree, you get 0.50. Now at 5% level of significance, we know what is a tabulated value. So it is 2.06. So since tabulated value is the calculated value is less than the tabulated value, we accept and conclude that the sample mean does not differ significantly from the mu. So now I think you have an idea how to go for calculation of hypothesis using single sample mean. Now let's look into the applications of t-test. The calculation of a confidence interval for a sample mean is one important application. You can calculate the confidence level and also the interval to test whether a sample mean is different from the hypothesis value. Then to compare mean of two samples, you can also have two-tailed test where you'll be having two different data and compare the data. To compare two sample means by group. So this can be done using your t-test. There is limitations also associated with t-test. What are the limitations? Testing of hypothesis is not decision making itself, but will help for decision making further. That alone is not the final. Now, test does not explain the reasons as why the difference exists. It only says that the difference is due to fluctuations of sampling or because of other reasons, but the test does not tell about the reason causing the difference. One more limitation is tests are based on the probabilities and as such cannot be expressed with full certainty. Last limit is statistical inference based on this significance test cannot be said to be entirely correct evidences concerning the truth of the hypothesis. So, hope you got some knowledge with this. I would like to conclude. Thank you.